What's up, everyone? This is Jeffrey Melo, broadcaster, podcaster, and this is my top 10 for 2014. As far as horror games went in 2014, nothing had the same effect on me as Alien Isolation. Every thump, thud, or creak made the hairs on the back of my neck rise. Every race to an exit or locker to hide in made me feel like I was my 9-year-old self rushing up my dark, creepy basement stairs as if something was behind me. Except, in this game, something was behind me, and I legitimately feared it. It also helps that alien fanfare and attention to detail by the creative assembly is evidence of pure love. Love for the franchise, love for the genre, love for the chance to make an amazing alien game, which is what I think they totally did. Isolation is ambitious, so much so that I forgot it wasn't an indie game, and while those ambitions for some can be the game's downfall, I didn't find it so. Also, the game at its core is a pretty great stealth game, so there's that too. Dragon Age Inquisition is such a mixed bag for me. I too am surprised it made my list this year. The game has slowly transitioned from CRPG to a more approachable action role-playing game, and it hurts it quite a bit. But, and there's a big but, I'm way too invested in its world, characters, and universe. And, I helped shape the events that lead to the events that play out in Inquisition, and I totally love it for that. Its companion characters are great, and the narratives they weave are super entertaining. And there's this Skyhold moment. Without spoiling anything, it's basically what nudged this BioWare jam onto my top 10. It's pretty freaking awesome. I guess I didn't expect much from Wolfenstein. These days, who really gives a shit about Wolfenstein, right? I guess everyone does now. The New Order is just a polished, solid, fast, single-player first-person shooter. Single-player first-person shooter. It controls well enough to remain fun and looked good enough to keep my eye. But then, there's also pretty great level design, character design, and world design. The narrative, while kinda bullshit, was fun to experience and blasted me with some pretty amazing and memorable moments through character development, which I never really expected. On the surface, this new Wolfenstein isn't doing anything new per se, but what it does better than most, especially when we're discussing recent releases in the genre. It stuck with me, and that's just enough. This is another one of those games I'm invested in from prior engagements. The Walking Dead Season 2 is more of what made nearly everyone love the first season in the first place, and then some. I said it last year, and I'll say it again this year. I love that Telltale is at the forefront of the drama genre, if there really is a drama genre, but I consider it a drama genre. And after The Walking Dead Season 2, I can't wait to see yet again what comes next. Hopefully more choices, more shitty situations to survive through, more Clementine, more drama, more crying like a baby as the final credits roll. Hyrule Warriors is probably the biggest surprise for me of 2014. Not because it's a spin-off Zelda game that's good, but because I didn't know what to expect from a Warriors-themed Zelda game. To be fair, this is my first entry into a Dynasty/Warriors game, and as unfair as it may sound, that alone has a lot to do with why this game is probably on my list. I guess I expected brainless button mashing through thousands of enemies on screen, which it kinda is, but actually there's much more there. These games are about battlefield management more than anything, positioning and conquering key points, keeping your allies healthy enough to continue fighting. I mean, sure, you can combo special weapons and chain attacks with Link to do some badass stuff on screen, but that was really just the icing on the cake. Also, who'd have known that this game deserved such a compelling narrative? 'Cause it has that too. I mean, I had a ton of fun with Hyrule Warriors and its many modes, and will continue to do so through 2015 because there's just so much enjoyable game here. So Dark Souls 2 isn't my favorite Souls game, but it's a Souls game, and Souls games are my kind of jam. Challenging, dark, dreadful, and often, way too often, frustrating. This game needs no introduction or explanation. More Dark Souls. Tony Hawk meets Ratchet and Clank meets Infamous. Sunset Overdrive was the least likely game to make my top 10 for the year, but by goddamn, once I passed the initial learning curve of its traversal and game mechanics, fuck, this game's hype as shit. I played as an underwear sporting, denim jacket wearing, luchador masked superhero, and that made the game all that much more funny. Alright, the game's funny. Or at least I thought it was pretty funny. Funnier with my custom character, more likely. But more importantly, it plays pretty great and is nice and colorful. It represents in the design department, and it made me happy to own an Xbox One this year. Shovel Knight doesn't just feed those with a hankering for 16-bit era nostalgia. It reproduces that kind of meal with some modern design fundamentals and does so kind of flawlessly. There wasn't much for me not to love with Shovel Knight. I mean, I am a 30-year-old guy who grew up on games that paved the way for Shovel Knight to actually exist. So, you know, maybe I'm biased, but you know what? Fuck it. I can be biased because it's my top 10, and I loved every freaking minute of Shovel Knight. So much so that I continue to replay it. I really dig it. Dig it. You see what I did there? I've never previously owned a Smash game. I mean, I've played them, but I've never cared to invest money into this Nintendo game. For whatever reason. So finally, I decided to give Smash a chance on the Wii U, mainly due to some of the playable characters found in this version, and I think I finally understand the fans. Fun, 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 fun. This game's just too much fun. Too much content, too much amazing music, too much amazing everything. It's polished, it's pretty, and it's fun. I'd rather not say any more, and I'd rather actually just go play more Smash. That's how fucking fun it is. And actually, that's exactly what I'll do. Bayonetta 2 is hands down my favorite game this year for many reasons. Its controls, combat fluidity and mechanics, Japaneseness, characters, visual spectacle, and absurdity if I'm pointing out a few. The franchise is easily the best in the genre. I mean, we already knew that because we played the first Bayonetta, right? Which also comes packaged with 2 on the Wii U. No surprise there. More importantly, though, Bayonetta 2 is about that style, man. Her fashion sense is unique. The action set-piece choreography is just awesome. The music, the enemy and world design, all of it has style like nothing else this year. I can't help but feel like we were kind of lucky to see this game at all. Almost as if Nintendo was the savior of the best character action franchise to date. I mean, I guess they are. Let's hope there will be more Bayonetta, actually, because, I mean, she deserves it. We deserve it. I mean, well, those of us who made sure to own a Wii U to play it do, at least. Bayonetta, I love you. Marry me, you humongous, badass, beautiful British witch. So there you have it, my top 10 for 2014. Putting this thing together was actually a little bit of a struggle for me, but I mean, thank you for listening and caring or watching and all that stuff. Keep it here on 4Player Network. You know those guys are the best, we are the best, and the community is the best. Okay, love you, bye.